BYD owners demand action. Well, I agree that's probably a bit over the top. But the point is that the software of BYD does let the product down. There's no doubt that the cars, the Atto and the Dolphin and the Seal are absolutely fantastic cars. The only issue they have is the software. So I've made 45 videos just on how to operate the software and how to operate the car. And I've had a lot of feedback from those videos. And I think I'm in a position to be able to identify what most owners would like to see improved. And what I'd like to do is to share that with you, and I'd like you to provide your feedback. You can provide your feedback by the comments down below, by putting a comment down below, by going to the Facebook page, which is Facebook /BYD owners, and put your comments in there. And also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing so that I can keep you up to date with these changes, because what I'm going to do, I don't know if it's going to make any difference or not, but I'm going to go to BYD and I'm going to give them the feedback. Now, I know there's a lot of other people around the world who are also looking at this, so we'll probably all get together and tell BYD what they should do. Okay. So anyway, let's have a look at that. Hi, just a reminder that I've got a store, a BYD store, and it's called BYD Store .online. I sell fronts, so if your Atto or your Dolphin looks straight into the motor, and you want to have a front which allows you to store all sorts of things from cables to your smelly gym clothes, then the link is down below. So let's look at the first one. So the first one is the over speed limit, lane exit, and seatbelt sounds. Now, at the moment, they're all the same sound. So when you hear the sound, you've got no idea, which one it is. There are other sounds as well. I agree, other alarms as well. But all they need to do is to have a different sound for a different alarm. I mean, imagine if the over the speed limit, alarm was one sound and the lane exit was another. As soon as you heard it, you know what's going on. I mean, and that should be a pretty simple thing for them to do. Yeah, should be. So just that one improvement alone would cut out a lot of these people, complaining about the bings and the bongs that they hear. I mean, largely it is because they don't know what it is for. And those sounds are for assistance and help to make sure that you are driving safely. So there you go. The next one, and we'll stick to sounds, is the volume of the sound. Now, if you're driving along and you've got a very loud alarms going off, and you've got passengers, there could be kids, you could be doing Uber, and you really don't want to have big alarms going off, particularly if you don't know what alarm is for what. But wouldn't it be good if you could adjust the sound or adjust the volume of the alarm? You'll still hear it when it's on low. You're driving, so you'd hear it. You can be very low for that. Whether you can have it for silent or not, I don't know. But if the sounds could be unique for the different alarm, and if the sound volume could be adjusted, what a huge improvement it would be for the driver and of the vehicle. So they're two really important things from my point of view. The other is the phone app. It's got a really good phone app. There's a few problems, I'll agree, but basically it's good. But how can we improve it? Well, it could be improved if you had multiple drivers. So if you had multiple people could have the app. So your husband and wife, or your teenage kids maybe, could have access to the vehicle via the app. I mean, that wouldn't be hard to do. Even Tesla can do it. Also, the phone app could be a key. So instead of having to press buttons and have the key inside, as the fob, instead of having that, the phone could be that. I mean, Tesla can do it. The other is location. It wouldn't be that hard for the app to tell you where the current location is of the vehicle. Tesla can do it. Keep saying that. Sorry, guys. And the last one is if you could view the cameras through the app. So if you could, view the cameras. And the last time I'll say this is Tesla can do that. So that's a phone app. If we can have it so that you can have multiple drivers have an app that it's a key, that the location, you can see the location of it, and you can view cameras. That would be fantastic. So if you just had the sounds, as we said before, and the phone app, just those things would make a big difference. The next one is driving options. Now this is a good one. This one. Here we go. Some people love it, some people hate it, but one pedal driving for some is really good, and there should be no reason why it can't be optional. I know Tesla can't do that. They used to be able to, but they can't do it now. So that's something. One pedal driving. It can be something that can be configured for each driver, whether they like it or whether they don't like it. Doesn't make a lot of difference to the range. From all my experiments, it makes like all difference really. But as long as you've got regenerative braking, which is not the same as one pedal driving, but don't get me onto that. Cruise control, when you set the cruise control, it would be great if you could either have it at the current speed or the current speed limit. Tesla can do that. It would also be good if you could adjust the cruise control speed by 1 kilometre increments. The reason for that is we all know that the speedo is probably 2 or 3, or as much as 5% out, but certainly 2 or 3 kilometres. It would be good to be able to set the speed to be 2 kilometres above the speed limit, so you don't have these idiots sitting behind you, sitting on your tail because you're not doing the speed limit. And if you go to the next 5 up, then you're actually over the speed limit. And in some states, they're anal around being a couple of kilometres above the speed limit. And the other would be to be able to turn the sound, the pedestrian sound, on and off from the. It'd be great if you could do it from the steering wheel, but or some reconfigure something so that when you're driving around a car park, you got it going. But when you have a set of traffic lights and you're about to take off, it doesn't go. Anyway, I mean, that's not a lot of people have asked for that, but that is something that people have asked for. The next one is the infotainment. So at the moment, as we all know, you're only allowed 2 gig of data, 2 gig of data, which is a heap of data. But some people want to have a lot more, particularly if they're sitting somewhere they want to watch YouTube videos or Netflix while they're waiting for the kids, and they can quickly eat into that 2 gigabyte. Now, I'm not suggesting that BYD should shout us that. All I'm suggesting is that BYD should give us an option to be able to pay an extra amount to get an extra feed. They should support side loading. So side loading is merely loading apps that you can run from the screen. there is no danger of interfering with the motor vehicle because no app has access to any of the car at all. You can't access it. There's nothing you can. I could not, and I'm a software developer. I could not write some software that I could sideload to do anything to the car. It's impossible. It's I won't say it's impossible, but it's just not something that that you can do with the software that you can download. So when they say it's dangerous, it really isn't dangerous. But anyway, it'd be good if you could do that, because some people have got some favorite apps that they'd like to be able to run from their car while they're waiting, and they should be able to. Now you can side load, but every time you do it, you kind of feel that you're upsetting BYD by doing it, or you're doing something illegal. Wireless CarPlay. I get that. Everybody asks for that. Wireless CarPlay and Android Play. Instead of side loading, it'd be even better if you just go to Android Play and download the software that you want. There's no reason why that can't happen either. And lastly, the dashboard redesign. Everybody hates that dashboard. It's too small to see with their glasses. The colours are all wrong. The speed limit, the cruise control, the lane control, all need to be improved. So they've got things such as your range, which isn't correct anyway, in huge writing, and you got speed in little writing. I mean, it's just back to front. So that whole dashboard redesign really needs to be done. The last one is range prediction. Now, we all know that the current range prediction is not even close. It takes up the space on the dashboard where speed should be. So it could at least be accurate. Now, it seems to be accurate when it says how much energy you use per over the last 50 kilometres. It seems to be accurate when it says how much of a percentage of the battery is still available. It's not hard to then do the calculation based on the last 50. How many more kilometres you can go. I mean, it does give the prediction, but the predictions are so wrong. That should be something that they could do, and that shouldn't be a problem. So they should. It's really my pet thing. Anyway, I'll move on from that. The other is the arrival range / percentage. In other words, it knows that you're travelling. If you're using its app, it knows where you're going to, and it knows how many kilometres is to get there. It should be able to tell you or predict what the percentage of battery will be when you arrive, or the range that you'll have when you arrive, like a toggle. That should not be a problem to do. So yeah, please BYD do that. Okay, so put your comments down below as to what what you agree with, what you don't agree with, what should be added. Support all of them or none of them, or whatever it is that you want to do. Or go to the Facebook page, and the Facebook page is called BYD Owners. I'll probably, depends on the feedback we get, but I might even put an online petition together for a lot of these. So any feedback as to how we can present this to BYD, if you feel it should be presented to BYD. I don't want BYD to think we're just disgruntled users or something, because we all love the cars. All we're trying to do is make them better so they'll sell more. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Okay, so we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.